Recording in progress.
Oh, that clock isn't changed yet. It still says 6. I'm not waiting that long.
Please don't.
Ready? It doesn't matter to me. Okay. Good evening. We will call the Auburn City Council meeting for Monday, March 17th, 2025 to order, and we will begin with a land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge the federally recognized Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, the ancestral keepers of the land we are gathered on today. We thank them for their immense contributions to our state and local history, culture, economy, and identity as Washingtonians. And this meeting is scheduled for both in-person and virtual attendance. Now, if you would all please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. And Rebecca, would you please call roll?
Deputy Mayor Rakes,
Excused.
Councilmember Amer,
Here.
Councilmember Baldwin,
Here.
Councilmember Clinton Taylor, Councilmember Tracy Taylor,
Here.
Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Here.
Thank you. All right, we have no announcements, proclamations, or presentations this evening. Do we have any agenda modifications, Rebecca?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Thank you. We will move to audience participation. This is the place on the agenda where the public is invited to speak to the City Council on any issue. You can participate in person or submit written comments in advance. Do we have any written comments tonight, Rebecca?
Yes, Robert Montague submitted written comments regarding an apartment complex in Auburn.
Thank you. All right. Do we have anyone online that is wanting to speak?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
All right. Thank you. We will move to in-person. If there's anyone in the audience that would like to provide public comment, please come forward, give your name and city of residence for the record, and please limit comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone that would like to speak? Yes, sir.
So good evening. My name is Robert Montag. I'm a resident here in Auburn at 109 Division Street, just down the road. Honorable Mayor, esteemed council members, appreciate the opportunity for public comment. I have been working with some tenants that resided, I believe, at 2414 Auburn Way. It's a former hotel, 12 units. The tenants there are exclusive Marshallese people of descent. Working with some of the people, found the conditions there to be very deplorable, rat infested with feces, black mold, numerous square feet on the walls. Many of the tenants, 3 of them, no hot water for this winter, no heat for this winter. They've had to go to family members' gyms to shower, had the well hot water on their stoves, had to use plug-in heaters. Been able to work with code enforcement here has been helpful. That give me direction how to help them advocate for themselves, filing complaints, submitting pictures, some of which you had. I had one of the tenants that was going to be here, and I was going to assist him in self-advocating and teach him how to do that and work with them a little bit. Some improvement has been made, but it's been really inadequate, particularly in the extreme conditions. To alleviate the rat condition, the landlord has sealed the holes going through the walls, but failed to eradicate the rats, so of course the rats will just create another hole. So that's kind of the situation that's occurring there. I've spoken with all the tenants. A couple of them are hesitant to come forward, fear of retaliation, losing a place to live, as it is inexpensive compared to the surrounding area. To me, it has an exploitive component to it that the landlord for several years has made very, very extremely limited repairs, even with numerous complaints. And the fact that these are all Marshallese people and they're not terribly sophisticated or knowledgeable, and they're pretty peaceful people, so they're hesitant to have any kind of chaos or drama. So I will continue to work with them and see which ones I can get to come here and continue to work with code enforcement on the problems. But I do want you to be aware of it, and it's third world. Thank you.
And Mr. Montag,
Yes, sir.
Jason Crum is our Community Development Director, and I've asked him, knowing that you were going to be here this evening, I've asked him to speak with you to give a status update on code enforcement and what next steps may be and good contact information.
After the meeting, or?
He can go with you right out into the lobby right now.
Okay,
All
thank
right?
you.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
advocating. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Please come forward, name and city of residence for the record, and please limit comments to 3 minutes.
Yes, my name is Mark Selich. I've lived here for 60 years. This is my city of residence right here, Auburn. As you know, you're aware of my problem, and the people with the long-range acoustic device are really tormenting people over there and me pretty bad. It can converse both ways. It can see through walls. It's made by the LRAD Corporation, which now has been sold to Gen6 company. And I've recorded them. This is a two-party state, so it requires both our consent, but it doesn't fly because they're coming in through my walls, my room, and they're harassing me. And my next-door neighbor is harassed in the room next to me. The staff have experienced it. Voices coming out of, like on top of your head. And it's just it's a carrier wave that comes through there. And the carrier wave comes through at a certain phase. And it's called a carrier wave because it carries the voice wave on top of it. And if it hits another carrier wave at 180 degrees out of phase, they cancel each other out. And all of a sudden, the audio wave just appears out of thin air. And so they've experienced it, and it made a lot of people jump. Kent Hayes experienced it over at his office. They bugged him a couple times. But I have a whole bunch of recordings where they threatened to rape my wife, my ex-wife. They threatened to kill my daughter, kill my niece, and all these other things. And it's really getting to me. I'm starting to get really kind of emotionally upset about it. They also they've always had a high-powered microwave weapon. HPM, which, you sound old crazy, microwaves and all that. But they really exist. They're simple. They can build them for less than $2,000. And I got a meter and I started recording them. I record them everywhere I go. And it shows them that they're up to almost 4.77, what they call milliwatts. And that's pretty dangerous because the maximum limit is 5 milliwatts. That's the one per WAC 296 062. So I record them and I send an email out, and hopefully they get to you, where they're just torturing me to death. And my neighbor next door So it's pretty bad. And I'm tired of them threatening my family. So I'll just wanted to update you on that and maybe have a meeting over there because they don't know what to do, you know. Bobelia White is my case manager over there, and she doesn't know what to do. And it's driving people crazy because they hear this guy next to me. He screams all night, kicks things, and that's night knocking me down. And you can hear their voices, these people's voices, coming out of his room and him yelling at them. And there's no way to get into his room physically. I just wanted to update that and see if maybe we can get a meeting together with the police and with maybe a member of the council and just sit down and talk about it and even show you some more information and just do something soon. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Selich. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Anyone else would like to speak? All right, we will move on. Do we have any correspondence this evening, Rebecca?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Thank you. Council Ad Hoc Committee reports. We have the Council Rules of Procedure as the current Ad Hoc Committee. We have members Baldwin and Clinton Taylor here this evening. Would either one of you like to give the report? Sure. Who would like to give the report? Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. The current update that we have for the committee is that we have requested of all council members their contributions for what they would like to include for consideration in the 2025 update. That has been communicated via city clerk. If those can be received into the clerk's office, not emailing all of council, but just sending them directly to the clerk, those will be compiled, and we'll begin review of those at the end of this week and be working on that to prepare it and bring it back for council in study session.
Thank you. Yep. All right, we will move to the consent agenda. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered by the City Council to be routine and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Is there a motion? Councilmember Baldwin.
I would move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. The consent agenda includes minutes of the February 26th, 2025 special City Council meeting, as well as minutes of the March 3rd, 2025 City Council meeting, claims vouchers for the set of March 12th, 2025, as well as a second within kind of a consolidated set dated as well for March 12th, 2025, and our payroll vouchers. Thank you.
Thank you. And as the finance chair, do you have any items that you wish to report upon as the finance chair?
I did not have any questions for this week. Councilmember Taylor?
All right. Thank you. Are there any questions or comments about the consent agenda or any items you would like removed to consider separately? All those in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Consent agenda passes. We have no unfinished business or no new business. So moving to resolutions. Resolution number 5814, a resolution surplusing and deassessing the artworks entitled Hawk and the Long Look. Is there a motion? Councilmember Baldwin.
I would move to adopt resolution number 5814.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. The deascension of public art is something that happens commonly within cities. In this case, we would be looking at, this is based off the recommendations of our Arts Commission from their meeting on March 4th, 2025, where staff presented requests for Hawk by Steve Tyree and The Long Look by Brad Rude to be deascensioned.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5814, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution 5814 passes. Resolution number 5816, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with the other jurisdictions of the South County Area Transportation Board. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt Resolution 5816, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. The resolution authorizes an agreement allowing the city to continue to participate on the board which develops and recommends transportation policies, projects, and programs for the South King County area.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? All those in favor of resolution number 5816, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution 5816 passes. Excuse me. Resolution number 5817. A resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Auburn and King County to implement the 2025 Waste Reduction and Recycling Grant Program and to accept and expend program grant funds. Is there a motion? Councilmember Baldwin.
I would move to adopt resolution number 5817.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. This grant would be for the amount of $48,706 and support our waste reduction and recycling program for 2025.
Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5817, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5817 passes. Resolution number 5818, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Auburn and Financial Consulting Solutions Group, Inc., to conduct a comprehensive rate study for the water, sanitary sewer, and storm drainage utilities. Is there a motion? Councilmember Baldwin.
I would move to adopt resolution number 5818.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Trout Manuel.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Can you you just turned it on.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you. So the city's current rate structure for water, sewer, and storm drainage utilities is set to expire on December 31st of this year. In order to ensure that the continued financial sustainability of these essential services is in place, it's necessary that we would conduct a comprehensive rate study and establish those rates for the periods going forward of 2026 to 2028. The study will analyze current and projected operating and capital expenses, review existing rate structures, evaluate funding requirements, and develop financial models and rate alternatives. And the total cost of these professional services are set not to exceed $123,660. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5818, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5818 passes. Excuse me. We'll now move to mayor and council member reports. At this time, the mayor and city council may report on significant items associated with their appointed positions on federal, state, regional, and local organizations. We will begin with Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. As you'll probably hear from a number of council members, it has been an exciting month with lobby days through the Association of Washington Cities Advocacy Days in Olympia, as well as attending the National League of Cities Congressional Conference in D.C. Had the great opportunity to hear from Maria Cantwell, as well as sit down with other legislators and discuss the needs that we have regionally and for our great city. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Nothing to report, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
I have nothing to report, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Thank you, Mayor. I was really happy to see that we had 5818 on our council agenda because I'm on the Regional Water Quality Committee, and we had the opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. and meet with our Congress individuals to talk about the expense of our how much it would cost if any of our water systems would go down. We were asking for 11 point some million dollars, but we know that at this time there's no money available. But at least we went and we met with Congressman Patty Murray and Cantwell's assistant and left them with some information, and they agreed that, this is just going to be put in the front of them, but we don't know when we'll ever see that type of money for a while. So it was an honor to go and to meet with them.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel, I believe you meant to say $11 billion, not $11 million.
Billions, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Councilmember Ammer.
Nothing, Mayor.
All right. Well, I do have a few items. While in DC, along with the council members, we did still have some meetings to attend to back home. And at the Valley Regional Fire Authority Board of Governance meeting, there was an agreement to purchase the former Cascade Orthopedics building, which is just a couple blocks away, to be the new headquarters for Valley Regional Fire Authority, or VRFA as we fondly call it. So that will be very exciting. While there was funding in the budget to build a new headquarters, this is definitely an opportunity to save money, especially with tariffs in place. And it's a ready-made building. There will be some tenant improvements to be done, but it will be available for move-in much sooner than it would have been had they had to build a new facility. So kudos to Chief Thompson and his group for identifying that location and moving forward with it. And thanks to our team for ensuring the zoning and everything was in proper alignment. On March 4th, I attended the opening of the Citizens Academy for the Auburn Police Department. It was a robust group with a lot of questions for the first evening, and I think that means they are very interested in the public safety and the work that the Auburn Police Department does. I'm always very thankful when anyone is willing to be involved and to take one evening a week for 12 weeks to learn more about our police department and our city. So I look forward to graduation night in about 3 months, right? Yeah, about 3 months. And on March 6th, as a member of the Sound Transit Executive Committee, we met again to discuss the qualifications for a new CEO. And out of that committee came the motion to approve and move forward to the full board candidate C for consideration. And we also gave approval for the board chair and 2 vice chairs to begin negotiations for salary. And on March 12th, at the Regional Policy Committee, the first time that the Regional Policy Committee had received the information for an upcoming parks levy. It's a renewal levy that King County is putting forward. The first levy was, and that was for 2020 through 2025, was approved, and it was almost unanimously approved by every city in King County at the time. There were 3 small cities that did not pass it, but every other city did pass it. That levy is 19.54 cents per $1,000 of assessed value. And that generated over 6 years, $851 million. The proposed levy is almost double that, with a levy rate of 24.43 cents per thousand and a total levy size over 6 years of $1.5 billion. There was obviously some concern at the Regional Policy Committee, also concerns by the cities as to how much of that will be passed through. It is, let's see, direct pass-through on the former levy or on the current levy is approximately 8% of the levy, $60 million across 6 years. That does not mean we get $60 million. That means all 39 cities get $60 million. And the proposed levy is 9% of the levy at approximately $119 million across 6 years. That means the annual minimum allocation was $25,000 per city, plus $75,000 more if the population was greater than 4,000. And the new levy will be $100,000 per city plus 3 non-city park districts. So the money is being allocated to more than just the cities in this case, and the allocation formula has changed. At the Regional Policy Committee, I did ask for a breakdown of investments in the current levy by city or by zip code to identify exactly what the benefits are for our city. And also there is $550 million for operations and maintenance funding, and we did ask for more information on that. This ballot measure is moving very quickly. On March 26th, it will go to the King County Budget and Finance Committee and with strikers, any amendments to the legislation. And on April 3rd, it will come back to a special regional policy committee for discussion and possible action. And that is for full council action on April 15th. And that would be for an August ballot measure. Now, thanks to our brand new Parks Director, Julie Kruger, who provided me with some information on what that means for the city of Auburn. So over the course of the levy, approximately $34.8 million would be collected from City of Auburn residents. And over those 6 years, approximately $3.59 million would be returned, possibly slightly increasing if we had successful grant applications. I don't believe that the bond measure will go through at its current proposed rate. $1.5 billion should not be thrown around as just an everyday number. That is a significant amount. There was concern by members of the RPC that are from cities from around the region. Seattle did not weigh in on it on that date, but I would be surprised if it came to the voters at the 24.45 cents per thousand. So there will be more to come on that. Just wanted to give you an update on what's been occurring. And Rebecca, do we have any need for an executive or closed session this evening?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Thank you. We are adjourned.